we got a Nintendo Direct yesterday, and I have enough thoughts that I wanted to make a secondary thought video 24 hours after the fact that we got a Direct. So there was supposed to be a video that came out on Friday. I pushed it back to today, and I'm going to push it back to tomorrow again. So there might also be a video on Monday. So Maximum Collecting fans are eating good. But yeah, I don't know. I think I got enough to say. So I got a nice little list of everything that everything that was announced. So yeah, let's dive right into it. I'll probably mention everything at least once, but a lot of these things I don't have a ton to say about, but that's a-okay. So we started the Direct with just some random Nintendo news about the Nintendo Museum, the marathon that Nintendo is sponsoring, and Super Nintendo World, all of which pretty cool. I'd love to go to Japan one day to go visit the museum. I would love to visit Florida one day. I mean, I've gone to Florida before. I'd love to go back to Florida to go see Super Nintendo World, even though it's going to be packed. And the marathon thing was super cool. Don't know what else I'm going to say about it, but then they went right into the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it looks fantastic. I loved the first movie. I went with a bunch of friends that I used to work at a video game store with, and I was just smiling the entire time. I was having a great time, and yeah, I can't wait to see this one. Anyway, that really critiqued the first movie. I'm kind of like, it's a movie for kids and for adults to just be like, oh, look at that, I know that. And yeah, I thought it was fantastic. So if you're looking for a plot in a Mario movie, I mean, look at every Mario game ever. I don't know if there's really a plot. They're just good movies. They're cute. Illumination has incredible detail in their movies. So if you don't like the Mario movie, but you like Despicable Me, there's something unbalanced here. So anyway, very excited for that. That's in April, I believe April 3rd. So that's only like 7 months away. Super excited for that. The first game announcement they had was the Super Mario Galaxy Collection 1 and 2 coming to Switch and by extension Switch 2. And yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Super Mario Galaxy was originally included in the Super Mario 3D All-Stars package from 5 years ago, I guess it was, for the 35th anniversary. And I believe it's the same build of Mario Galaxy that we're getting now, with a little bit extra, I think, in like the book pages. I don't know, I've never played Galaxy before, so it's cool that we're getting a nice collection, a nice physical collection that they didn't say was going to be limited, so we'll see if it's actually going to be limited. But yeah, it's coming soon. I think that was in October, so that's cool. Pricing, though, I think we have crossed the territory of having every regular Switch game be $60, because I believe this collection is going to be $70, because they're putting both Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 for $40 each on the eShop, so then the combined physical version is $70. I don't know. I think that's a lot. I've talked a little bit about how much remakes cost for like Nintendo remakes, like with the Donkey Kong Country Returns one that was earlier this year in 2025. That was $60 at retail for a remake, and this one being $70. I mean, at least this one's 2 games, but this could have been $60. The Donkey Kong Country Returns HD shouldn't have been $60, but I mean, a lot of discourse has been had about how much work goes into, I guess, porting, or in this case, porting games over to the Switch. So that's what Nintendo feels it's worth. And if you don't want to buy it, I would understand. But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be excited for this when they can get their hands on it. So yeah, good for the Galaxy fans. Galaxy fans eating well. There's also a sketchbook announced. I think it was a sketchbook, something like Rosalina's book. I don't know. I've never played Galaxy, but apparently that book was going to also be kind of expensive just as a toy. So I don't know. I'm not really a book guy. I mean, there's another toy I'm about to talk about that I'm really excited for, but I guess if you want to pay $60 for this, go for it. But it kind of seems like a lot. After the Galaxy Collection was Mario Tennis Fever, and I mean, I was super excited because I thought it was baseball for a half second looking at the stadium, and then it was just another tennis game. It looks pretty good, but it should look good coming to Switch 2. But we've now had 3 Mario Tennis games, at least 3 Mario Tennis games since our last Mario Baseball game. Might actually be 4 Mario Tennis games if you include the 3DS one. There's a 3DS one, Mario Tennis Open, I'm pretty sure, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash on the Wii U, Mario Tennis Aces, and now this one. But we haven't had a Mario Baseball in a long time. So I really want Mario I don't even care if it's a Mario Super Sluggers port, but we need a new Mario Baseball game. There's only 2 of them. There's only 2 of them. So hopefully we get that soon. But I guess if you're really into tennis, it's the Switch 2's Mario Tennis. I guess this is like Nintendo's favorite sport. I don't know. After Mario Tennis Fever was Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the Switch 2 upgrade. And yeah, I've played Super Mario Bros. Wonder when the game came out, and I haven't picked it up since. I didn't get that far into it. Maybe like a world or 2. But now that the upgrade is coming, I'm definitely going to go pick this up. Probably sell my copy to get an official Switch 2 version, because that's what I am doing, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to play the game, and it's going to look better. It did look really good on regular Switch, on Switch 1, so the Switch 2 upgrade, I don't know if we're really gonna need it for visuals, but at least all the added content, I'm just going to play the best version of it. So that's why I'm going to get it. But I'm excited for that. It was on my backlog. It was that and like Mario Golf Super Rush, and I was thinking of playing Wonder next, but now I'll just wait until the spring for that to come out. So that's exciting too. Spring is also going to be huge. A lot of these things that were announced in the Direct yesterday were coming out in the spring. Mario Tennis Fever is coming out in February, so not quite spring, but still not that far from now. So definitely excited for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. After Wonder, though, they popped on the screen the Talking Flower from Mario Wonder, and I'm going to get that. I can talk smack about the book. This is totally hypocritical, but that Talking Flower looks hilarious. I totally want it, and I am totally going to get it. So, yeah, the Talking Flower. It's probably going to be like $100. Like, the alarm clock was $100. I think that at least had purpose. This is just like a little gadget. I don't care. It looks really funny. I'm going to get the Talking Flower, so I can't wait to find out more info about it. So that's funny. But the last piece of announcements during the Mario 40 part was Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. And this is probably the most exciting game in the entire Direct for me. Definitely the one I want to play the absolute most. Mario Wonder, close second, but we already have Mario Wonder. I could already play it. But Yoshi and the Mysterious Book looked adorable. The art style looked fantastic. And it's coming to Switch 2, and I'm really excited for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So let's hope that comes out soon. Did we have a date on that? I don't remember. Maybe it's like summer 2026. I don't know, but I think that game is going to do well because it looks really, really good. It looks good for probably all ages. So very excited for the new Yoshi game, which is funny because I'm not really like a Yoshi guy at all. I don't know. After the Mario part, we went into a short little Switch 1 only part, and we had Stormlancers, Dinkum, Papucom, I guess, Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream. Stormlancers, can't say a lot about. I said in my reaction that it looks like a game that I've seen before. It looks cool, but like it's not my type of game. Dinkum looks so funny. I don't know. It looks very weird. It looks like Minecraft and Mojang didn't originally make it. So I don't know. Maybe somebody really likes it. It's got a great name. Dinkum's a great name. Papucom also looks pretty good. I like the idea of doing like a multiplayer game, this like cute little puzzle game. Whether or not it's going to be good, actually, I don't know. But it's cool to see more games take on this like It Takes Two type of style of needing to do multiplayer. So I'm looking forward to maybe picking that up. I could see myself playing that with somebody. Probably like knock it out in just a couple days. I can't imagine it's all that difficult. Honestly, it looks like Splatoon if Splatoon was a puzzle game. That's the first thing that came to mind. So Papucom, probably going to pick that up. And then the last one for regular Switch, which I'm surprised that they're not doing maybe like a Switch 2 upgrade, is Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream. I know this is a huge, huge announcement for a lot of people. Tamagotchi Life on 3DS is super expensive. So I don't know if I'll pick it up. I probably will as a Nintendo product, but like this is huge for a lot of people. The trailer was really funny, so I hope people really, really like Tamagotchi Life. And yeah, looking forward to that coming out. Hopefully that's not a $70 game. That probably should be $60, but I don't know. Nintendo is definitely trailblazing these days with prices, breaking the industry standard, we'll say. After the 4 Switch 1 games, we got into a whole list of Switch 2 games that maybe are coming to both Switch 1 and Switch 2, but all of these are definitely coming to at least Switch 2. So in order, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This is cool. Not really a fighting game person, but the Digital Eclipse way of making games, of like really archiving some past stuff, some history about the series. I think that'll be super cool. People really like that. I know for a fact that Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection was already announced. and I think it's one of the few games that we already knew would be on cartridge. So I'm sure that's a digital eclipse type of thing, but the fact that it is going to be on cartridge and not game key card, which is very controversial, is really exciting. So good for Mortal Kombat to get the collection in the right way, and I hope it is just as good as digital eclipse has made for all the other ones. So that was that. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I can't say much about Final Fantasy. I'm not really an RPG guy, which was quite a few games in this, a decent handful of games in this direct. But the question I asked right away is, when was the last brand new Final Fantasy game? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII already had a remake. I don't know. It looked good, at least. I'll give it that. Linked, Banner of the Spark. Can't say anything about it. I couldn't even tell you what it looks like. I don't even remember. Hades 2, I didn't know what it was when I was watching it, but I'm familiar with Hades. Like, I've heard people talk about it in the past. I don't know anything about it, but the fact that there is a sequel, and a lot of people really like the first game, I'm sure a lot of people are really going to like the second game. One thing I thought was cool is that it looks like it's very rooted into Greek mythology. Granted, the title is Hades, but when they flashed a whole bunch of like Greek gods and put little blurbs about them, I thought that was pretty cool. So as somebody who really liked Hercules growing up, it's a cool game. Probably not my style of game, but I hope people really enjoy Hades 2. Then we got into a little bit about the amiibo. There was also Mario Galaxy amiibo that were announced earlier, but I decided to just lump it in with the Kirby Air Riders amiibo. So I don't know. I'm not an amiibo guy. I'm not really a figure guy in any way. But apparently the amiibo are really expensive. Like after the direct and all the prices came out, the amiibo is real. The amiibo are all really, really expensive. So if there's anybody out there that really likes amiibo, I hope this doesn't necessarily price you out of it. But I will never use amiibo. So it goes. After the amiibo announcements, we had Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And these games always kind of surprise me. I mean, they're Warriors games, which I think we got another Warriors games later on. But they're Warriors games in the Legend of Zelda universe. And, I mean, I'm not really a Zelda guy to begin with, but these games are all over the place. I think they've been coming out since the 3DS, if I'm not mistaken. So they must be really popular to keep making them. I have never met somebody that actually plays them, or at least that I know plays them. So cool that they keep getting games, and I hope that people continue to like them so that they keep coming out, because it's a cool crossover for a type of Nintendo and another type of game. So that's cool. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. There was another Dragon Quest game later on, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. So I'll lump these together. I thought it was Dragon Quest when it first popped up, and I'm like, wait, is it not Dragon Quest? And then it was Dragon Quest, and I was like, yes, I knew my Dragon Quest. RPGs, don't know anything about them. I don't think Dragon Quest is an absolutely historical franchise. Great that these games are being remade. They look so good. I'm a big fan of like this HD 2D art style, like Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy are the two that come to mind. But all the Dragon Quest remakes, every time they pop up, I'm like, that looks gorgeous. And I just wish I was into that type of gameplay to be able to enjoy them. But cool that Dragon Quest games are being remade. Dragon Quest VII looks like it's being reimagined in a slightly different way from like the HD 2D way. But whatever the case is, I hope Dragon Quest fans are really excited for those. We got some Nintendo Today app news. I downloaded it when they was announced, realized I was never going to use it, and deleted it. But after the Nintendo Today app news, they posted info about Virtual Boy on Switch Online, and that was crazy to me. I was so not ready for that. I have never reacted so strongly to a Nintendo Direct announcement than I have that. Looking back, I was editing my reaction yesterday, and looking at it again, I'm like, that was obviously Virtual Boy. Like the red, dark red around the screen, the shape of the Virtual Boy coming up, and I'm like, that was so obviously Virtual Boy. But I could not tell. I 100% could not tell. And in the moments I wasn't expecting it. So I see that the plastic regular version of the peripheral is going to be $100. The cardboard version is like $25. And then you need Virtual Boy. You need the Switch Online version that gets Virtual Boy. So, I mean, this is an expensive way to play Virtual Boy, but considering that Nintendo almost never acknowledges the Virtual Boy, this is huge. I just think it's fantastic. I'm never going to play them, but from a Nintendo history and video game history perspective, I think this is a huge announcement, probably the biggest one in the entire direct. But even though I think it's cool, I'm not going to play it. Like everybody, all Switch Online games, I think it's like, oh, it's cool that it's coming, it's cool that it's preserved, but do people really play Switch Online that much? I don't know. I don't. I tried, and it just wasn't for me. But after Virtual Boy was Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly Remake, and I was just still so shocked about the Virtual Boy announcement that I was like, I don't care. I'm not paying attention. I couldn't comprehend it. But Fatal Frame, I know, is a big horror franchise. I don't even know how many games there are. I know the one was remade not that long ago. I think it was like made in of clear black water. Something like that. I don't know. That's just what's coming to mind. So I hope Fatal Frame fans are excited. It's not a Nintendo franchise, I don't think. I think they've been around since like the PS2 era. But yeah, I don't know. Cool. Fatal Frame, right? Neat. Then we got a Switch 2 upgrade sizzle reel. So some of those games were One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, Overcooked 2, Stardew Valley, and Human Fall Flat. And the only one in this list that I'm like, yeah, that should get a Switch 2 upgrade was Stardew Valley. I don't know why Human Fall Flat got one. I don't know why Overcooked 2 got one. I don't know why One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 got one. But I guess of those remaining three, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 would be the one that deserves it the most. But I don't know. Do people like these games enough to get these upgrades? How much are the upgrades going to be? If they're like $10, I mean, I guess that's not terrible. But I don't know. I thought they were just really funny, like really random games to be announced. I know Stardew Valley is just a huge game right now. I have one friend who really, really likes Stardew Valley. I told him about it. He was like, okay. I forgot he didn't have a Switch 2. So, Stardew Valley. Power Wash Simulator 2. I did not play the first one. I really should play the first one. I tried to avoid digital games because I want to stand strong in my belief that games should be physical and play games that only come out physically because they can be played in the future. That's a completely different conversation, not for right now. But Power Wash Simulator 2 makes me really want to just play the first one. Suck it up and play it. I want there to be a physical version, so I got to get the physical version. But yeah, Power Wash Simulator 2, even though it's already been out, this is exciting for anybody that likes Power Wash Simulator, I guess. I think it's adorable, or not adorable is maybe not the best word, but like it's cool. It's cool. So there's that. Suika Game Planet, another game that do people still play Suika Game? I know it had like its 2-week run as being ridiculously popular. I don't even know if it was this year in 2025 or what, but yeah, I don't know. Suika Game, exciting. So I hope people that really like Suika Game are very excited. I'm gonna leave the next three big pieces. They were all like they're all Nintendo franchises. So I'll leave that off just for a second. I'm going to put those all the way at the end. Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Story. I know we have a Danganronpa collection already on Switch, which I thought had Danganronpa like 1, 2, 3, and then like a new game, whatever it was. I remember Danganronpa being in the very first Nintendo Direct I ever watched, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, that's so cool. Wanted to get it, realized I was never going to play it, so that's why I have it here. I'm getting rid of it, but yeah, there's that. But yeah, I guess this is just another remake, more gameplay to go along for the second game in the series. That's what I gathered it was. So I hope Danganronpa fans are excited. One person I was texting during the Direct was very excited for it, so good for you, I guess. But yeah, it's not for me. Visual novels are not for me. After Danganronpa 2 was Dynasty Warriors Origins. Kind of talked about it earlier. Cool, looks great. Don't really have much to say about it. Monster Hunter Stories 3. I think this was announced before. I'm 99% sure. I was kind of still a little, based on the announcements I skipped that I'm putting at the end to talk about, I was still kind of like in a daze about them. So I don't know. Monster Hunter Stories 3, cool for the people that really like Monster Hunter. It's also not really for me. The sizzle reel, nothing really in there that I wanted, but 2 Point Museum. I have a friend who really likes 2 Point Campus, I think. I think it's Disgaea 7 Complete. Cool. I was just talking to a friend about that game series. EA Sports FC 26. If you've watched this channel, you know I don't really care for soccer. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake we talked about. Virtua Fighter 5 REVO World Stage. I don't know if we knew about Virtua Fighter coming, but I'm pretty sure that's like a very Sega franchise. So cool that it's coming to Switch 2, coming to Switch. Didn't really know what else to say about it past that because I don't really know the series that well, but I'm pretty sure it's just a fighting series. Lego Voyagers, I thought that was kind of funny, just a random game to be in there. Little Nightmares 3, I said it in the direct, I'll say it again. What about Little Nightmares 1 and 2? And Persona 3 Reload, which I think we knew was coming, if I'm not mistaken. Then the two big announcements at the very end were Resident Evil Requiem, also announced Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and Resident Evil Village, also coming to Switch. I think we knew this. I don't know. I feel like there was some Resident Evil news not that long ago, so this wasn't really... I don't know, it's not really for me, right? I'm not really a horror guy. Fatal Frame was totally not up my alley. Resident Evil was totally not up my alley, but somebody was... Same person that was getting excited about Danganronpa was also getting excited about Resident Evil, so that's cool. I hope it runs well on Switch 2 for people to actually enjoy it, but yeah, I don't know. Cool. If you like Resident Evil, awesome, but definitely not on my alley. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave was the big final announcement, which I did not know what it was until they flashed it on the screen. And watching it back, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I could kind of see that was Fire Emblem. It's a good ending thing. I don't know if it was the ending thing. I feel like they could have put... I don't know what could have been at the end of it, but yeah, Fire Emblem I think makes a lot of sense. I mean, maybe... I don't know. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave seems like the right game to end a 65-minute direct on, which is really, really cool. So I hope Fire Emblem fans are excited for this. They also, the one thing I'll note that they didn't talk about, the only thing that I was so confident they would mention was the new Rhythm Heaven. They announced it in I think it was a June direct. I could be wrong. And I was really excited for that. I'm like, okay, we'll probably get a date for that, just like we got a Tamagotchi Life date or more info about Tamagotchi Life, and we didn't get anything about Rhythm Heaven. So I thought that was really weird. That's the one thing that I was expecting to see that I didn't see. I didn't really have any expectations, I guess. But I think overall it was a pretty good direct. I'll get into the last three in just a moment, but like there really was something for everybody here. So there was that. But let me talk about the last three big Nintendo announcements. I'll do them in order of when they appeared. But yeah, here we go. So I also skipped Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I knew we were going to get a date for that. Great that it's finally coming out. It's finally coming out this year. They said it was coming out 2025, and they waiting until December for it to come out. So that's fantastic. That's great for Nintendo fans, for Metroid fans. Still not really a Metroid guy, so I think people that are excited for it will play it. But yeah, there's that. I think there was also something like a Metroid Prime retrospective, like 1 through 3 retrospective coming out, like a book or something. I think that's cool too for video game history, but yeah, I'm not really a Metroid fan, so I don't know. Then the last three announcements, two of them are from the same series, but then we got Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, and this is where I'm going to start being not super happy. I was having a great time in this direct, and then we got to this point, and then everything else just kind of felt really sour. So Donkey Kong Bonanza came out in July. It is now September. 2 months after the game released, we are getting DLC for it. And what that says to me is that this was stuff that was in the game that they decided to cut out. From what I saw, it doesn't seem like all that much. I think it was 2 waves, DK Island, which is just being on Donkey Kong's island, which is cool, and Emerald Rush, which is just like kind of playing along with the Void character. I don't know, but I don't know. That's not really a cool practice to just take it out of the game. To me, that feels like we are just talking about like premium versions of a game. Now, I don't think that game shouldn't get DLC. I mean, in my opinion, every game should be on every cartridge. But in 2025, it's not just Nintendo doing DLC. Everybody does DLC for a lot of their major games. But I think in like the only DLC that I bought, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, that was years after the game came out. That is just extra content that we've been waiting on that kept us quiet until Mario Kart World. And then I also bought the Scarlet and Violet DLC, and that was a year after Scarlet and Violet came out. So, people played Scarlet and Violet for a year, and then they said, okay, we want to keep the hype train rolling, so to speak, and they put out more content. So, I also thought there was enough content in Scarlet and Violet to begin with, that you did not need more story. cool that we got it, but I don't think Scarlet and Violet needed it, in my opinion. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I also think doesn't really need it. There's so much content in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Just the idea of getting to 1,000 bananas, Banandium gems is crazy. But I don't know. Having DLC come out only 2 days after, or 2 months after, doesn't feel like it was like, oh, we were just working on this extra. Here's some more stuff. This is like, it was in the game and we took it out, which apparently is a very common practice. I was kind of reading comments about it, thinking that it was like, is this a Nintendo thing that they're doing? I knew DLC was out, but like, more companies have done this, right? So I'm not like coming after Nintendo for doing this, but it is still kind of crappy because it feels like there was just a premium edition of the game. I think games should be, you pay for it, once, and then maybe extra stuff comes out down the road. But this tiny little bit that they're charging, like, I think it was $20 for, when the game is already $70. One, why would anybody buy this? It's not really that much. I mean, unless you beat the whole game and you really like Bonanza. But I was like, oh, I think I'll get this. I still have more to do in Bonanza, but I went from saying like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to get this, to like, do I really need it? I don't think so. I mean, I'm complaining, and I could just say, well, just don't buy it. But if it was in the base game and I just was charged $80 for the base game, I probably would do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeming a little hypocritical. I think I might be kind of just picking and choosing, but I think DLC coming out so soon after a game isn't great, and it only gets worse in the next announcement. So then we got 3 Pokemon announcements. The first one was Pokopia, which is basically what it seemed like to me was Ditto Minecraft. This thing looked weird. I don't know. Say no more. The thing looked weird. I thought it was odd. It's not my type of game. I'm going to buy it just because it's Pokemon, and so I have it. But, like, honestly, what was that? I don't know. I didn't have any problems with it. I hope people enjoy it because it looks really funny, but what was that? But the last thing I will talk about is Pokemon Legends ZA and the DLC. So, Pokemon Legends ZA is the second Legends game in the Pokemon series. If you've seen this channel, I grew up playing Pokemon. I love the Pokemon style. It is my number one favorite game of all time. Number one favorite game series of all time, right? Because I played multiple games. But the Legends gameplay, action RPG kind of, is not super my style. I was a little hesitant to pick up Legends Arceus when it came out, but I ended up really enjoying Legends Arceus. So for that reason of not really liking the gameplay style, I think I will end up liking Legends ZA. Legends ZA is a little bit more open, where it's not turn-based battles, it is just battling, like kind of what we would sort of expect from the anime. I don't know, but I'm not really excited for Legends ZA to begin with, just because I think the gameplay looks weird and not really for me. I will give it a shot because it's Pokemon, and that's what I should do. Break out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I don't know, not really for me. Just the combat style is so far not up my alley. So I mean, cool that I'm excited that we're getting it. I'm excited that Pokemon is branching out, trying to hit different audiences that maybe don't really like the old Pokemon formula. Of course, I hope Gen 10, probably next year, goes back to the regular turn-based format. I seem to think they would, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings on what to expect from Legends ZA. But Legends ZA isn't the problem. It's the problem that we're getting DLC before the game even came out. So right after they showed some Legends ZA footage where they showed a whole bunch of Mega Evolutions, which, again, I haven't played Gen 6 before. I didn't really know anything about Mega Evolutions, but I learned that the starters in Gen 6 didn't get Mega Evolutions, so that's kind of odd. But they showed off Mega Evolutions for all the Gen 6 starters. I recently played through Gen 6. I used Delphox. I can't remember. Fennekin to Delphox, and that I liked Fennekin's what's it called? Mega Evolution, but I don't know, not really that obsessed with Mega Evolutions. But then the DLC that they announced was called Mega Dimension, to show 2 more Megas for Raichu, which makes sense, Pokemon, but why is that locked behind more money when the game hasn't even come out? Why? Donkey Kong Bonanza, at least it came out afterwards, but when you announce DLC before a game even comes out, that's just saying there's a premium version of this game, and the game is already coming out on Switch. It's $60. It's coming out on Switch 2. It's $70, And then I assume this DLC will be available for both, and that I think I saw was 20. Just release one version of the game, or at least, if you're putting on a separate system, put the DLC in the game and just charge more for it. When you make it separate, it's a really bad look. I don't know. It's a really, really weird look that you have, that you're announcing DLC coming in after it. You're basically saying, we have two different versions of the game, one for people that can afford it, one for people that don't want to afford it. Just put it in the game. I mean, I guess it's a choice that you're saying, well, you could pay $70, you get the full game, but then you could pay $90 or even $100 and you get more to the game. What's so wrong with just getting the game? I don't know. I really don't like that. I doubt this is a Nintendo decision. I'm sure it's a Game Freak decision, but I'm starting to understand the discourse behind why people are really upset with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company just milking people for money. Granted, I mean, I'm a Pokemon fan. I'm part of the problem. I'm probably going to pay it, but I don't know. It's not a good look. So maybe for that reason, I don't buy the DLC. Probably don't buy the DLC for Bonanza. I'm so against buying things digitally, but at least for Scarlet and Violet, I was really into Scarlet and Violet. For Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, I was really into Mario Kart 8. Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, I mean, maybe I should collect all 1,000 bananas before I'm like, I really, really want more content for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then maybe I pay $20 for it, but I haven't even really beat the game. Legend ZA, I don't even know if I'm going to like the game, so why is there DLC? But again, I'd prefer if all these things were just included to begin with, instead of trying to separate itself. It's just really weird to me. I can't really articulate why I don't like it, but I don't think I'm alone in saying that it's kind of a crappy practice. So there's that. But, not to be a Debbie Downer, like I said, this Direct had something for everybody. There were horror games, there were remakes, there were really, odd games that fit really specific niches, like Hyrule Warriors, and then Dynasty Warriors, and Danganronpa, and then, Overcooked 2. I don't know. A lot of games here, and I hope that everybody that watches it found at least one thing they really liked. And I think everybody did. So, what I rate the Direct, even though there isn't really like one wham bam thing that I'm like absolutely in love with. Yoshi is about the closest thing, but like Yoshi is not what I was looking for. You know what I mean? But even all that, 9 out of 10. I don't know. It was a great Direct. 65 minutes of just jam-packed stuff, even if nothing stuck its head out right away. So I don't want to sound like this, forever upset Nintendo fan, because I'm really not. I don't like the business practice of like the DLC, but that's one mildly large thing that happened in an already packed Direct with a lot of other things I really, really liked. So I was a little disappointed yesterday, but looking back, there's a lot of cool stuff that I'm really excited for, and I hope that a lot of people are also really, really excited for it. So with that said, this was a lot of yapping. I think the video I had planned for originally Friday will now come out tomorrow. Like I said, there will be another video on Monday, something exciting. But yeah, I don't know, kind of messy, but I hope you guys are just enjoying watching me yap about random stuff. So with that said, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another video, and on Monday. So with that said, bye.